Tine Melzer, visual artist and researcher on arts and language.
Hello. I will try to be quick. The good news is that I'm not going to talk the second half of this presentation. There's something to see. I call this presentation the visual verbalization, which is kind of a beautiful title for something I might not be able to totally share with you. But as Francesco mentioned, I am in two fields. I'm working as a visual artist. I'm now making research between philosophy and visual arts. So there is some sort of hybrid situation in my work, which I try to deal with on the level of ordinary language. So much of the work that I'm doing, you could say, is dealing with a problem that you can see on the left, the word and world problematics, something that we have language and we need to operate in the visual world. And in my visual work, I try to translate much of the everyday problems of language in simple visual images. I won't show any of my work except for one small project, which I hope you can share and enjoy with me, because it is extremely simple. I try to keep it as simple as possible. The very important notion in the work is the notion of language game, as it was proposed by Wittgenstein and others after him. So there is a ludic dimension, I hope. So I will just read a couple of fragments from the paper I handed in for this conference, and it will be fragmentary, so don't expect argumentation, but let's just enjoy some of these questions. I will go quite quickly. How do words relate to the visible world? What is the relationship between colors and the names we give to them? How does memory store and alter visual and verbal language? Here come some commonplaces. A rose is red. That was the last drop. The sound of the ocean. Another one. Interdisciplinary research requires a strategy which holds for several disciplines. Research between image and text, between visual art and philosophy, between visual and verbal language is an act of translation. Artistic practice and research depend on understanding the workings of ordinary language. Conventions, rules, and repetition are structures which all language has in common. Understanding simple mechanisms in the language of the everyday can help identify structures which image, media, and context are ruled by. So now I'm jumping in a way to the fact that in the experience of teaching, I have very often to fight with the problem of language. It's natural because language is in between of us and what we see and each other. But also very often these students are from up to 14 different nationalities. So it is the Denglish, it is also the Dutch English, and it is the, I don't know how many crossovers from natives. They're trying to speak English together. So it is not so hard to be aware of the problem that when we talk about art, and if we want to understand how to make art, we're also in the problem of dealing with language. It is no secret that our experiences and judgments are influenced by our memory. But another element which influences the way we see things is verbal language.